All right, well, Happy New Year, everyone. Let's get right into this. I got so much video content from the last couple of months that I haven't even uploaded anything because I've been so busy. And a lot of it's not going to make sense because I'm just kind of over the next couple of weeks just kind of throw it all on YouTube in pretty much the order that it came off the camera. But this one is going to be kind of the first video, and it's obviously 2 months after the fact. I just bought this truck 2 months ago, and then one of the videos you're going to see, this is not the plow that came with the truck. I tried the I went with the Snow X 810. It's the straight blade that has the wings that slide out, and I didn't like it. I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't like the way it's scooped, or I didn't like the way it's stacked. I didn't like anything about the plow, so I went back in and they just swapped it out with, this is a 9.5, right? Yeah, this is a 9.5 V, and this thing is amazing. I mean, look at the freaking height of this thing. It's ridiculous. And this is my old plow, and you can see the height of this one is a little bit shorter, and that was a big plow. I thought that plow was huge at 9.2. This one's 9.6, and it's got a great curl on it. Anyways, I'll get more into plowing videos later with this thing, but this is the truck I bought. It's a 2011 f250. It's filthy right now because we went riding this past weekend, and I have all my gear and crap in here that I actually am about to take out. And I have I got my riding gear, I got boots, and I got some crap for my Bobcat and stuff, so it's filthy. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up real quick, and I'll get right back to you. I just got all the garbage out of it, so it's not clean by any means at all, but I just at least got all the trash out of it. I got my light for my roof and my hard hat for the other job that I was doing. I take off the headrests because the headrests are real high on here. I take them off in the winter on this truck because if I'm looking out the back window when I'm plowing snow, they're in the way. I might actually even take it off that one too because it's a blind spot over here with that headrest in the way. So I was just noticing this takes a key, so I don't know if this has a... Oh, I see. So that key just locks this seat down, so if you want to put something in here. Oh, cool. It's got a 12-volt thing there. Bunch of dog fur, because Porter's been in the truck a whole bunch of times, but I'm a lab dad, so I don't really care. Okay, so inside the truck, first and foremost, I did this huge thing the other day. Super simple to do, but huge as in saved me $800, because I think for the touchscreen stereo that comes with the truck, the Ford touchscreen is like $1,000, maybe even more. But I saw some used ones for $1,000. So what I did was I did the iPad 2 conversion. So, and it works great. I had a different, in fact, I have other videos that I made weeks ago about doing the stereo install, and I had a different stereo in there, a touchscreen stereo that I didn't like. So I sent it back, and it was $600 for that stereo. And I bought this thing, it's used, 64, let's see, was this a 64 or 32? I think this is a 64. And it was refurbished, or no, it was open box. That's right, it was open box. And when I got the box, it was still in its box, or the iPad box, but there was like a rip in the cellophane about that much. So that was all it was. Like somebody hit it with a razor blade at the plant. So it's essentially a brand new iPad. And it's cellular also. It's Wi-Fi and cellular, but I don't have it on cellular right now. In fact, all I really do is I just take my phone and I send it to, let's see, I usually just run the hotspot. So I'll turn on the hotspot. And then once I get in the truck, I mean, it'll automatically connect once I get away from the house, because if I'm here, I'm hooked up to the Wi-Fi at the house. As soon as I pull away, it'll connect there, or else I can just do it myself. But I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, the truck says it only has 2,747 miles, but that's wrong. When I bought the truck, the oil pressure gauge was buried below the red line, and in here in the options, you can look at oil temperature, and the oil temperature was negative 72 degrees. So when I looked at the truck, I brought that to their attention, and they said, okay, yeah, it needs, something's wrong with it. So they took my instrument cluster out and found out that something was wrong with it. And they've since gotten it fixed, and I can get it back. But this is a temporary one that they gave me, and it didn't have any miles on it, or I had 1,500 miles on it when I got it. So I got to go in and get that taken care of. It's got all the options, sunroof, and it's a Lariat, sunroof, leather, every option. But it didn't come with a touchscreen stereo. It came with this one. And as you can see, it's just this plug right here and this little contact right here that make contact with the radio inside, and so you can essentially still run your stereo with all your presets on your steering wheel controls, and I'll get to that in a second. So all I really did was, and let me show you if I can. This is going to be a little bit tricky, but I think I'll be able to get it. So I still don't have any hardware, and there's two little screws that hold this in here, and then there's some screws that hold in, the screws that held the radio in are right here and here, and then two on the bottom. Obviously didn't need those anymore. So let me pull this off, and you can see what I'm working with. Okay, so the stereo is still here. Okay, this just plugs into it, but the stereo still works, and the iPad, there is enough room between it to keep it mounted. So the way I have the iPad in there is, if you can see it, I took this mechanics wire and I just melted a few holes through the plastic webbing, this webbing that goes around the radio, and I just strung it through there, and it holds the iPad tight against the plate. I could have also ran, we have Easy Pass, so this 3M Velcro, I could have also put a strip here and here and put it on the back of there and just plugged it into there, but I didn't know exactly where it needed to be, so I took this whole thing inside and just wired it up that way, and that was super simple. So let's put this back in real quick. This is always a little bit of a pain because the upfitter switches. Oh, good, I went in that way. All right, so the radio just kind of, pops in. I have those screws that I can put in there, but I'm not even worried about it, to be honest with you, because it stays in there nicely. Okay, so what I did here is I ran the iPad and I ran the wire through here. First I ran it to the sync USB, I've looked on YouTube and stuff like that, and I haven't seen anybody else complain about it, but for some reason this USB doesn't have enough juice to charge the battery. The battery on here says 97% because I just plugged it in a little while ago, but it didn't have it would say not charging, and it wouldn't charge. So I ran it through to the 12 volt source here. I just have one of those USB, those little USB adapters right there, so I can plug another one into it too. So this one will just stay plugged in totally. I can get that wire back in there somehow a little bit more. The only other modification I had to do, and you can kind of see it right here, right on that edge here, I actually had to kind of dig out the plastic right there to get the charging cord to fit in there and not get kinked. They have the 90-degree bend ones, but I don't feel like they're still not shallow enough to go in there without doing any modification here. So I just took a little Dremel and I just kind of hogged it out. So the way that it works is when it's plugged in, if you open up the screen here, I have it on a 2-minute delay. So in 2 minutes the screen will go to sleep. But if I have any of the apps open, it stays on. So like for instance, my music app, right? So if I have the music app on, it'll stay on. And I don't know what you guys use. I happen like Amazon Music because it has Alexa, so I can tell Alexa. See, there she is. She's listening to me. So I can have Alexa play any music that I kind of want, and it's hands free. I also have these hands-free button here too, you know, for volume and I can play through different songs here. So let's see if it. Oh, first I got to do this. All right, so this is my radio. Okay, this is just my stereo. So my presets are here. So then I have this is so that was number 6 that I had. This is 5, 4. 4, 3, 2, and preset 1. Okay, now I have I can do, if I want to change stations, like seek stations, I just hold this button down and it'll go to the next channel. Okay, so that's that. For media. Okay, so then I have all the controls for this thing. When I'm on my music app, if I just hit the button, it'll go to the next song. Or I can say, Alexa, go to the next song, and it'll also go to the next song. So Alexa, play. Okay, so that works. Now Alexa, pause. So I have all the voice controls for that, which is good. Now if I want to switch out of this and go back to my radio, I just hit the media button. Okay, so this is a satellite Sirius XM 1. This is the second one. It's the third one. Next one is AM. Okay, and the next one is my FM1 channels. So I have my presets there, and then FM2, and I have all my presets there, and I got 6 channels on there. So then if I want to go to here, I just hit voice.
Please say a command.
Bluetooth audio.
Bluetooth audio.
And it automatically switches me back over to the music app that I have here. Okay, so Alexa, pause. So it's really cool. You can tell her, you guys, if you've used this app before, you know what I'm talking about. You can, play whatever song you want or station you want. So that's really cool to have. Not only do I have that, but I can also use, obviously don't do it while you're driving, Netflix and, TV and YouTube and all that stuff you can have on here too, which is really cool. And, so when I'm plowing snow and stuff like that, I can have videos playing in the background just for background noise and all that kind of crap, or just music or whatever I want, or I can just switch over to my radio, which is cool. But enough about that. Let's see, how much fuel do we have? We got a half a tank. I think we're going to go fuel up. And I'm trying to figure out my last truck, that truck over there, my rusty big blue one. I had the GoPro mount right here. The dash on that one was lower, so when the GoPro was in front of me, it wasn't blocking my view. This is going to block my view, so I think I can do a couple things. The GoPro is on a magnetic mount, so I can put a piece of metal down in here maybe, and that'll stick to it. Right? Yeah, that'll stick to it there. or I can maybe one of those clips. No, that'll get in my way. I'll figure it out. We got some snow coming tonight, so I think we're gonna have to plow, but I'm not positive. But so for now, let's go get some fuel. And just for an update, it is the first week of New Year's, and I have been kind of out of the video loop for I don't know, I think I uploaded one a couple weeks ago, but pretty much a long time, 2 months. So the reason being is I got I subbed out for a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine digs underground, and I think, did I post a video of that a while ago? I'm not positive. I have a whole ton of it though. My buddy does underground for a plumbing company, and I run the Bobcat, my Bobcat, and do all the cleanup around him. So he'll dig the trenches, and I move all the spoils, and do all the grading and stuff when he's done. So that's kind of my gig, and I've been busy with that for weeks, all the way up until almost Christmas. And then we had a couple things of snow, and I didn't have any GoPro set up on this one. My mom got sick, and I was dealing, helping, dealing with that every day and stuff. She's doing better now, by the way. So I just haven't had time I got a ton of content that I've uploaded on the computer, but I haven't sat down and edited anything yet to make any videos. Look at, they sold the truck. Got plates on it. I was looking at that truck before I was looking at this one, but he wanted way too much money. So anyways, we got some snow coming. It's the first time in a long time we've had snow. I think we've only plowed 3 or 4 times, and it was only 3 or 4 inches at a time. They're calling for 20 inches south of us, but only like a dusting to upwards of 4 inches, I think was the latest one they said. So I don't even know if we're gonna have enough, but so that should be good for some content. And then I got some other stuff too. I got a couple of boating. Yeah, I've got some comments recently. When am I gonna put some boating videos out? Now that we're in the winter time, it's fun to watch some of those. My wife and I took a nice trip up the Erie Canal for a week in October, and I got a ton of footage from that, going through the locks and going onto the lift bridges and stuff like that. So I really just kind of sat down and started editing that the other day, and it's just a mishmash of stuff. So I really got to go through that. And then I got some more video of that underground job that I did for the plumbing company, and I got video of this truck where I did the stereo install, both stereo installs, the touchscreen that I bought and then returned, and then the install of the iPad, which is pretty much, I just showed it to you, so it's pretty much easy to do. And now I'm just going to get some fuel and get ready for tonight if we need to plow. So I will be back in a minute. All right, well, that's filling up. Just a little bit more about what's going on here. Yeah, like I said, I got all sorts of, Jesus, what's going on here? All right, sorry about that. I had some smudge on the lens, but yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. I got, like I said, a whole bunch of crap in the on the computer. I just got to go through it and edit it. So I apologize for not making a video in a while, but it's just been kind of crazy here lately. Yeah, that whole work thing with the underground. My boating videos with the guy behind me with the turquoise boat, Sun Sander Sea. He works for the plumbing company that my buddy got the underground work from, and then in turn he hires me to do the grading. So he goes in there with his excavator and digs all the trenches. My buddy's company that he works for goes in there and lays all the PVC pipe, and then I go in there and I backfill everything with stone. They make sure everything is level, got the right pitch on it, and then I bury it in stone, and then I cover everything up with all the crushed number 2 crushed stone, and grade it off, get it ready for the concrete guys. So that was my job, and I did that for, I think, 5 or 7 weeks. I can't remember what it was, but quite a while. It took me quite a while, which was good. It was only supposed to be a 2-week job, but it ended up being 5 or 7, and which was good because we got paid by the hour on that one. So now that that's done, I think there's another one coming up here shortly. I don't know. I talked to fuel's done. Be right back. So I got, looks like 372 miles to empty. So yeah, I got an average of 14 miles per gallon for this last fill up, which is pretty good. But I always reset it once I fill up because I kind of want to get my overall average from, towing a trailer and all that stuff. But now we're gonna get rolling here. Get home and I'll show you. Oh, do I got a headlight out? No. And I will show you the plow a little bit better. Let's see. I want to see if this is going to work. Just having this up here. I can take a little, like a piece of metal plate, big heavy chunk of it, lay it up there, and then that'll stick to it, and hopefully that'll work. I think there's a little bit of vibration now because it's sitting on these 2 ribs. Oh, let's see, move it down. There we go. That should be better, right? Yeah, that doesn't seem to be moving now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just look for a square hunk of steel, like a 1/4 inch thick, maybe like 5 inch by 5 inch, and then just clean it up and paint it. And then I can just stick it right on top of that tray there, and then have the camera something to stick to. So that's good. Yeah. Anyways, this is the new truck. So far so good. It's a 6.2 liter. It's the gas motor. I didn't go with the diesel this time because, and I mentioned this in a other video, but I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. I just don't put enough miles on these trucks every year to justify having diesel. Diesel goes bad sitting in the tank. It grows algae. Yeah, it actually does grow algae. Look it up. But it grows algae. It can wipe out your injectors and all that other stuff. And I don't know. I just think it was probably the better move for me to go with a gas motor because I'm not going to do a lot of towing with this. I have towed with it. I've towed my Bobcat with it, but I'm not going to do a lot of towing with it. Oh, that is a different truck. My bad. I'm gonna be towing with my dump truck. I just recently, it's an f250. You guys saw me put the leaf springs in it. The leaf springs I got were free, and they weren't cutting it. I didn't want them. I don't know. They just didn't cut it for me. So I actually just had the truck gone through, and they put f450 springs in it, and I can absolutely load that thing up. Heaping high and not crush the suspension. Rides a little rougher, but it is what it is. It tows my Bobcat around, but I can tow a trailer with my Bobcat on it and a full load of stone or dirt or whatever, and it won't even crush the suspension. So I have that, but I probably in the springtime after I get that thing all fixed up, I'm probably gonna sell it, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to sell it because it's just an XL, and I would like to get something a little bit nicer. And that one I would go with a diesel, and probably an F450 or an F550 if I get my CDL. But no, for now we're just going to come in here. I'm going to show you the plow real quick, and then that's going to be it for this updated video. So first of all, the controller. This is the controller that comes with it. Is scoop. Oh, I gotta turn it back on. So it's scoop. You hit that and it goes into scoop position. And compact would bring your wings in on the expandable wing one. This one, it just brings it into V. All right. So if you run it out like this, now those wings are they're flared up, so it looks like they're leaning forward, but it's pretty much, I think it's probably straight. But now that it's in that position, you can run it left and right like a normal plow, okay, and anywhere in between. You want to bring it here and still run it back and forth, you can. And then this one here, this is for just the wing in and out on the expandable one, or this one. One pushes forward, second pushes backwards. So that gets annoying because if you want to make small incremental moves, it just kind of flaps back and forth. So I just pretty much do one of this and then turn it, one of this, turn it, bring it. You can have so much control with this controller like that. And then of course the other wing does that. Now it also has so float is green. If you hold it down further, flashes, and you can feel the truck move. It's got down pressure. So I kind of think the down pressure is a bit of a gimmick. It works. I don't know how well it's going to work on really, really hard packed snow because it's regulated. As you drive down the driveway, it doesn't stay constantly, it won't pick up the front of your truck, and it won't stay, all the way compressed down to where you had it. It holds a certain amount of weight. Pressure down, and as you back up, you can feel it, and you can see it in the headlights. The headlights will dim and get brighter as it moves up and down to try to contour. So I'm not completely 100% sold on that feature, but it is something. It's good to have. I'll give it that, because there are some certain occasions where I'm thinking that down pressure might work. But so then, yeah, come out here. Now, granted, I've used this. It's been on the truck it's been off the truck here sitting, but it's dirty. It's got salt and crap all over it, and they actually the bolts got rusty and stuff from just sitting. But it's in the salt, so maybe that's where I'll go. I'll go up to the car wash right now and rinse this thing off. Let's see if I got some singles. I got one single. All right, let me go in and get some quarters, and then we'll go rinse this thing off. But yeah, so see what I'm saying? The blade is pretty much straight. It's a little bit forward, but as you're sitting in the truck, and looking at it, it looks like it's scooped forward because the flare is so big on these things. So I think that's straight. But I'll tell you what, this plow works really, really well, and I'm a big fan of it. So let me go get some. Actually, do I have change? Let me go get some quarters. I'll be right back. That. Look at this plow. It goes. They use the same A-frame on all their plows, and some of the mold boards are a lot lower than this. So, but look where the headlights are, completely behind the plow. I got to run it like this. So it's still plenty off the ground. It's got a foot and a half off the ground, but that's all the way down. And then if you want to go all the way up, I usually just stop it, till I see that half moon thing out in front. But it can go up all the way and completely block your headlights. 'Cause that was kind of silly. For that, they should have a stop or maybe a smaller ram, a shorter ram on it, maybe. I don't know, but you just kind of gotta work it to where you want it. So yeah, that's it. I just got a phone call. I got to do something different, so I'm not gonna be able to go wash this right now. But I'm just gonna park it up here real quick. All right. I'm super happy with the upgrade I did with the iPad. I think that was great. I had this thing that I had in my other truck. I tried taking it off that thing, and it wouldn't even come off. So I bought another one of these for $12 on Amazon. So that was good. And I have it here so I can put the phone there. But when I'm driving down the road, this kind of covers anything that I need to see down there. So I put another one on here. Came with it, and I can put it up high. So that's where that kind of lives, and then I run that charger over to there. But yeah, no, I think it's cool. I like it. I'm a big fan of this truck. I didn't know I was going to like the 6.2 liter, but my buddy has the same same truck in a regular cab, and he's the one that actually tows my boat. And you've seen it in my videos. If you're watching my videos, you've seen him tow my boat with it. And he goes, we're just outside of Buffalo on Grand Island, New York, and he tows boats across the country, Florida, New York City, all sorts of stuff. He tows like crazy. He's got 170,000 miles on that truck, and he's been towing those boats around. So I have full confidence that I'm going to be okay plowing snow with this thing, and the occasional pulling the trailer around. No big deal. But I'm going to head in now. I got other stuff to do, but that is pretty much going to do it for this one. I just wanted to kind of touch base and get back into this again, because I know for a while, I think it was for almost 2 months, I was making a video a day and doing uploads like that, and I want to kind of get back into the swing of things. It's a little bit weird now being winter. There isn't steady work. I'm doing stuff every day, but not everything I can do I can put a camera on there. I did some work down at a house down the road. I did some stuff with. I have clips of it. It's not a full job because I had to turn the camera off for other things. So a lot of this stuff is not even worth putting up because they're not complete. But I'm going to make a better effort of trying to get these videos out a little bit more often. So if you could, please, when you see my videos, hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell that's next to the subscribe button so that you'll get a notification when I put a video up. You'll get it in your email. It says I put it up so you can see it. And then also, if you see my videos, I don't even care if you hit the dislike button. Doesn't really matter to me, but it helps. When you hit that like button, it helps them know that my videos are actually being watched, and it really helps out. So if you could, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell. Feel free to make a comment. I don't always respond to every single comment, but I try. It's weird when you get your notifications that you have a message. Sometimes I'll look and I'll see that I have a comment on a video, and then I'll go onto my laptop and I'll open up the comments section and I'll see that I have like 7 of them. So like I'll get a notification that I have 1, but if I don't look on the laptop, sometimes I can't tell. But for the most part, I try to look at it as often as I can, especially if I'm doing regular uploads. I'll be on that laptop and I can check it more often. But yeah, I know I'm just rambling. This video isn't really much of anything other than just saying I'm coming back. I'm trying to make more videos, and we'll get going on this. I'll do some more snow plowing videos. I know I got a lot of people like to see those last year. A lot of people complained about it too, which I thought was funny, but whatever, I'll take it anyway. It doesn't matter if you got to complain. If you got something to say, that's awesome. Make some more videos of the dump truck modifications I'm doing. I got to fix those front fenders, and I'm gonna do some. I'm not gonna do wheel simulators like I did on my GMC dump truck, the red guy. I know I'm in. This is fisheye lens a little bit here, but that red dump truck over there, I got, well, actually my limo bus over there too has got the wheel simulators on it. I'm not going to do that. I just have the normal, just gray, primer gray wheels, Bud wheels on my new dump truck. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them. I'm going to either paint them that primer gray that they already are, and do like the chrome center hubcap and lug nut caps, or just get those center caps like that are on that truck there. They make them where it covers the lug nut and the hub, or else I just have the one that just covers the hub, and then they got the ones that cover, and then it's got the little buds that go over the caps that go over the lug nuts. And then I'll either paint the wheels either that primer gray that they are, or maybe black. I won't do white. I think white's gonna look stupid, but the black wheels might look good with the chrome. And listen, this has nothing to do with the functionality of the truck. I completely understand. A lot of people are like, oh, why would you put money into blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'll tell you what. When I get that truck cleaned up and it looks good, and it's got the new grill on it, the new headlights on it, the front bumper's new, the F250 leaf springs in it. Oh, I put a new fuel tank in it too. Fuel tank was leaking on it, so I just put a new fuel tank in it. and paint the wheels and put the thing. I'll have $700 into it. No, the tank was more. The tank was almost $500 on its own. That was expensive. But as far as the grill, the bumper, the headlights, and the hubcaps, and the lug nut caps, it's going to be $600 or $700. I have into that. I got a killer deal on the truck. It's got 100. You know, here's another thing. It's got 106,000 on the odometer. He claims that the engine was replaced 40,000 miles ago. I don't have any paperwork for it. It certainly looks newer than an 03. You know, it's cleaner underneath there. The exhaust manifolds and everything else is cleaner than an 03. But you know, 100,000 miles on a V10. You know, it's fine. So I don't have any paperwork for that saying that it's only got 40 on the motor, but I don't really care. So once I get that thing cleaned up and looking good, I think I'm gonna put it up for sale. I'll put it up for sale for 10 or 11,000 and see what I can get for it. And if I do, then I will go buy a nicer, newer diesel dump truck, F450 or F550, like I was saying. But enough rambling. I'm gonna go inside. I got some paperwork and junk to do, and get ready for the snow if we get it today, and then we'll go. So I'm gonna go upload this one. So please hit that like button, smash the hell out of it, subscribe, comment, hit that little bell, and I'll see you on the next video.